What's up, guys? This is a breakdown of a Travis Scott type beat I made in Soundtrap. To start, I made this simple string pattern, which I find to be very dark sounding and fast tempo, especially at 177 BPM, which is layered on top of this pad. And here's the pattern here. You know, it's very dynamic in terms of the octaves it reaches. It goes from C2 up to almost C5, and I think it brings a nice feel that Travis Scott has been on, especially with his new album Utopia that just came out. So I'll play both of those together. And then moving on, Utopia uses a lot of weird sounds that remind me of stuff from Yeezus and other old school hip hop albums, and I incorporated this lead which plays every 2 bars, which just has this weird dark eerie feeling that I feel like Travis Scott would use in a lot of his beats. So here's that. And then lastly, I just added this top line pad melody, which uses a lot of half note steps, which just gives it a dark feel, and it's the highest sounding instrument in terms of pitch. So I feel like it has the most clarity in the mix, and is what really gives this beat life, in my opinion. Yeah, so those are all the melodies. Moving on to the drums, I used a lot of simple elements and then also more complex snare rolls, especially, and offbeats. For the kick, which is a pretty simple pattern, like a double hit right here, and then simple patterns throughout with pickups on the every 4th measure. This is an offbeat. This is an off, a counter snare pattern. Here's an open hat, which plays right before every snare, and then this is the main snare, which has a pickup here, and then snares on every 3 until the 4th measure, where it's on the 3, and then these other counter snares just to give more life to the beat. And then I also added this other open hat just to give it some more variation throughout. So here are all these drums. And then on top of that, I layered an 808, which just follows the root notes of the melody. This is a very punchy, grimy sounding 808, which Travis Scott really likes to incorporate in his beats, and really gives that Utopia aesthetic with that grime and punch, especially with all the drums and the retro sounding snares that I used. So here's that together. So that's it for the beat. I'll play the whole thing now. I hope you learned something, gained some insight into how to make these Utopia Travis Scott type beats, and thanks for watching.